So when you learn to ride a bike, did you fall off it? Yes. When you learn to ride a bike and you're going over gravel and you put the brake on, you learn very quickly that after a while, the wheel locks up and you fall off your bike. You learn things by experience. Humans learn not to touch fire by touching fire. No matter how much you tell a kid not to touch something hot, they will touch something hot until they understand it. And so we've just onboarded a new generation of investors. They need to make mistakes. But over time, they come battle hardened and they learn from their mistakes. We've all learned from our mistakes. So what we can't do is assume because they're wild, rampant speculators today, they'll never be wealth compounders. What I do understand is their stake at the casino is pretty small and they don't have the time because they don't have job security over time. I get that. So some elements of casino to get a stake and then compound is justifiable. So it's kind of a mixed bag. And yes, it is boring, but I think once people have made some money and lost it again, they're more careful the second time around. You're the classic example of this.
BitcoinZella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now, guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to BitcoinZella today and enjoy the new edge.
In this video, Raoul Pal breaks down how to make it in crypto in 2026, timing, risk, narratives, and portfolio moves. Let's catch up with him to know more.
What does your portfolio look like today in December 2025?
I haven't done a single trade apart from I bought some more Sui 3 weeks ago. So I haven't actually done anything, not reallocated any assets, done nothing. Yes, I bought some more NFTs since I last saw you, but that's it. So I don't do anything much. And people are going to clip this again and say, look, he's really overweight Sui, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody's going to say, scammer. It's like, everybody just fuck off. Just fuck off. My allocation is my business. I tell you that I have conviction in something, and I ask you and I beg you not to have my risk profile. All I'm trying to do is give you truth, which is what I'm doing. If you ask me, I'm asking you not to fuck it up. I'm asking you to think about your own risk tolerance and to do your own homework. So all of these fucking people who clip podcasts and then try and hang me on it, either for good or for bad. See, he mentioned our token.
Yeah.
It drives me insane.
There's so much shit taken out of context all the time. I mean, that's how social media works.
Yeah, because you will take this swearing clip and put it on. I know you will. You're looking at it now, so there's the money shot. I know you can all fuck off. But it just drives me to despair because you reduce everything down to a soundbite, including all markets and everything. It's like, that's not, I spend so much time communicating, but nobody wants to listen to the full communication. They just want to say, I hate him or I love him. It's like, please don't do any of that. Just say, oh, that was interesting. That kind of, maybe that sparks an idea and I'll listen to somebody else.
Oh, that was rude. Okay, you're Brit. We forgive you.
Lighter is setting the crypto community ablaze as speculation around its long-awaited airdrop reaches new highs. Polymarket traders are betting big, pricing an 86% chance that the decentralized exchange will launch its LIT token by the end of 2025. That surge in confidence follows Hyperliquid's move to list LIT against USDC, fueling excitement that the token's debut is just around the corner. The buzz intensified after Sebas, known online as Babastian J and a core contributor to Lighter, revealed that the project is in its final preparation stages for the token generation event. He confirmed that the team is cleaning up Season 2's data, removing Sybil and Wash trading points while redistributing Slash rewards to the broader community, a gesture that's only strengthened user optimism. Adding to the momentum, Lighter opened its airdrop allocation form this week, letting eligible traders distribute tokens across multiple wallets. Meanwhile, blockchain sleuth spotted a 250 million LIT token transfer, representing 25% of total supply, hinting that the airdrop could be imminent. With Coinbase adding Lighter to its listing roadmap and major investors backing the project, the market's anticipation has shifted into overdrive, making Lighter one of the most watched DeFi stories of the year.
We've noticed that it has over time broadly outperformed ETH and Solana, but in recent times underperformed. But still within an uptrend, it's been outperforming. It is all on Sui and Miston Labs to prove that this amazing tech, because the tech is unquestionably good, can get adoption. So that's the game we're all playing here. So what does adoption look like? Well, we need users, and they've been accumulating users at a rate of change faster than Solana did in the last cycle, and faster than most layer ones. Rate of change, because obviously you're starting small, it's new, but that's when the most gains are made. Then we need to look at this value idea. How much value is being transacted? So have they had the big breakout gaming? Well, they've got the EVE Online thing coming, but it's not online. It's not happened yet. You know, yes, they've had some gaming stuff, but the handset was a unmitigated disaster. So, you know, we see them doing things that fail and things that succeed. They put a lot of Bitcoin on chain. That was a big value driver because it's a chunky asset and it gets moved around. That adds value to the network. Stablecoins have worked well on Sui and are growing very fast. DeFi, somewhere in the middle. So it's still patchy because it's early. Think about it. They've only been marketing this to the general world for 3 years, of which maybe 2.5, really, that people start getting noticed. So it's very early in the stage of the business. But when I break it all down and put the model into ChatGPT and my other analysis, and then check it against somebody like Jamie Coots, who's the chief crypto analyst at Real Vision, we both come up with the same answer. If you're using Metcalfe's law and adoption models, and you're careful not to get gamed by active users and stuff like that, so you're very cautious, it's about 80% undervalued versus Solana. So my model is saying it's very undervalued. Does it have to trade at Solana parity in terms of users? Not really, but it's just saying it has convexity to the upside. So then we need the market to rise and start breaking higher. And then we can see, is Sui doing what I expect it to do? And are they going to get more adoption and more activity? So it's still yet to be proven. But so far, the metrics are showing, as a layer one, their rate of change is faster than everybody else's, and they're accruing considerable value per active, proven active user.
Altcoins are struggling to reclaim the spotlight, and the data shows that Bitcoin season still has the upper hand heading into 2026. Most major altcoins are stuck in bear structures, with Total 2, the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, dropping about 32% from its October peak and losing key support at the 50-week EMA, a setup that previously preceded deep drawdowns in 2018 and 2022. Analysts note that Total 2 is compressing inside an ascending triangle under heavy resistance, warning that a breakdown could trigger another sharp leg lower before any meaningful recovery. On the dominant side, Bitcoin continues to tighten its grip, holding around 59% market share after never dipping below 50% since late 2023, a regime that historically leaves little room for broad altcoin outperformance. This strength is powered by institutional flows into spot Bitcoin ETFs from giants like BlackRock and Fidelity, which collectively pulled in tens of billions of dollars in 2025 and cemented BTC as the primary institutional crypto exposure. With big money favoring regulatory clarity and deep liquidity, most altcoins are being treated as higher beta side bets rather than serious contenders. Market-wide indicators also confirm that a true altcoin season is far from reality. Capreel's altcoin speculation index sits well below euphoric levels, and CoinMarketCap's altcoin season index has plunged to around 19 out of 100, firmly labeling the current environment as Bitcoin season rather than an altcoin-driven market. only a small fraction of altcoins were trading above key moving averages, signaling narrow participation and persistent weakness across the long tail of tokens. Until Bitcoin dominance meaningfully cracks and these indexes push toward alt-season thresholds above 75, any altcoin rallies are more likely to be isolated narratives than the broad rising tide surge traders remember from past cycles. If you have been watching so far, thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to subscribe to BitcoinZilla for daily news all for free. That's all for today's video. Until next time.